I have a question. Do you ever feel like you have a hard time having grace on people? I mean, you know what I mean? That person, no matter what happens, they just can't seem to get it. You know, back when Lauren and I were doing missions, one of the questions that would always come up was, what's the hardest part? And we found out it's not the crazy food. It's not the jet lag or the language barrier. The hardest part about missions is coming home. Think about it. For a month or 3 months or 3 years, however long you're there, every day you're waking up, eating, breathing, and sleeping ministry. I mean, you're in this place in life where God is just rocking your world. And all of a sudden, you come back home and you're just thrust back into reality. And for a lot of people, this is their crash and burn. You know, it's hard because you start getting angry and bitter at the church and at your family, and you just can't see how people could be so selfish. It's hard to even enjoy Thanksgiving dinner anymore because you know that there's some starving kid in Africa. And it comes back to ask, how do we deal with that? A few years ago, I had one of them pivotal moments. You know, we were in Swaziland, and we're coming to the end of our trip. It's about a week before we're to come home, and we take the team up on this big mountain called Egushesheti, and it was beautiful. I mean, literally, the view is so incredible. You could see 3 countries from the top of this thing, right? And I'm sitting there, and I'm watching the sunset, and just kind of wrestling in my heart, just back and forth, getting ready to come home. And I remember as I'm watching that, God started speaking over me, and He said, Alan, somewhere on the other side of the world right now, there's somebody watching the sun just peek up over the horizon. For others, the sun is in the heat and the strength of the day, and for others, it's tucked away, and the world is silent. It was there that God really started speaking in me and saying, Alan, everyone is in a different place in life. Now, this is not talking about justifying sin. What I'm talking about is living a spirit of love and humility that pushes us to be closer to the heart of Christ that He lived every day. What I want us to remember is let's not let our experience with God cause us to look down on those who were created in His image. Because when that happens, we've missed the point altogether.